All right. Basically, guys, your states are creating your reality, right? This is what the law tells us. This is what we can find throughout life. And don't ask me how it's done. It's just nobody knows, okay? But we do know that this is the case. I have proven it to myself. You can prove it to yourself. Now, I don't know if it's 100%. Okay, like with certain things, maybe it's just harder to change those rules. I have seen people come and ask, like, or come and say, like, yeah, I have lost my faith in, like, Neville Goddard's teachings. I have lost my faith in the law of attraction, etc. Because this or that person, friend of mine, was sick and I applied it and it didn't work. Okay, so what is the reason for that? Well, first off, you may have unconscious hangups about it. It's not just the conscious stuff that you manifest, but also what is in your unconscious mind, you're also manifesting. Whatever is in your reality, even if you're not conscious of it, if it's in your inner world, it can manifest in your outer world, or it will manifest in your outer world. With certain things, it maybe won't, you have, I really think you have certain protections in place that help you not go through certain things, even if you imagine them, which is great. Then there are some things that just happen. Also, you have to realize there are certain things in this physical reality that just might be the way it works. Okay, like we're all gonna die at some point. Maybe we can change that at some point too. Maybe there are some creatures that just, they just don't age in that same way. Can be. A lot of things can be possible, but let's realize that, you know, one way to look at it is to go from this binary view of either all or nothing to saying, like, okay, like it's a game of odds, like most things in life. And by applying this stuff, I can increase my chances of getting what I want, increase my odds of success. What I really want to encourage you to do here is monitor what kind of thoughts you have and monitor what kind of emotional states you have, because these are very, very crucial. These are what is impressing upon your subconscious mind what kind of life you want to create. Right? Your emotional states, your self talk, all of these determine what you manifest. In fact, your emotional states are so important that Neville has a whole book on this called The Feeling is the Secret, which I recommend you read it. It's a very short read. It's one of the first books I recommend to anyone who's getting started in this stuff for a good reason, because it covers the most important ingredient, which is the feeling. There are tons of traditions out there, tons of ways of actually making change in what we call reality, simply using various methods. But in the end, it really boils down to your emotional state shifting as a result of certain thing you do, which then creates a change in your inner world, then that reflects on the outer world, so to say. Start really monitoring your thoughts because they create your feelings. Monitoring your feelings and your emotional states, right? You will see then you have a lot of control, a lot of power over how you feel. In fact, like to my one-on-one coaching clients, I'm even like teaching them how to monitor, how to change their state like instantly. After, we do a certain amount of training, and I give them some techniques that they can use to actually change it on demand, right? You have a lot more control over it than you think. That's why I think, people complaining about depression, etc. It's really sad, and it's even more so sad because even doubly so sad because I have been there, and now I realize how easy it is to change your own state, how easy it is to change your own emotions and how you're feeling. It is certainly within your capabilities, and you have to look at it like you're the boss in your inner reality, and you have to take responsibility for what you experience, right? And one of the easiest ways to do that is to monitor your inner talk, monitor what kind of thoughts you're having, and more importantly, what kind of thoughts you're paying attention to and repeating over and over, or tackling and reacting to. Because sometimes like a random thought might come in and you just let it go. It just doesn't mean anything. Sometimes a thought might come in and it changes your emotional state just a little. And then you have another thought that makes your emotional state, return to where it was. Help yourself. And this is something you can do when you become aware of it, or if you have a certain thought that is just not going to help you, it's of a destructive nature, you just don't pay attention to it, you let it go. Or if you notice that you have a certain pattern of this stuff coming up, then what I want you to do is to notice, okay, like, what is the assumption behind this? Like, what am I deep down, what belief do I have that is leading to this kind of thought just constantly coming up to me? And hey, sometimes it might not be something from within. Sometimes it might be something else, like from the outside, just coming at you with this stuff. And then long as you don't react to it, long as you don't let it impact your emotional state, guess what? You're fine. But you have to be in charge of your emotional state. And it's not that hard. You can actually manage your emotional state just by imagining yourself already having what you want. Okay, this is one simple way to do it. Like, if you had your ideal reality, how would you be feeling right now? Ask yourself, if this was true, if I had what I wanted, if I had everything I wanted, how would I be feeling right now? And start feeling that way. And ask yourself, if I had what I wanted, what kind of thoughts would I be having? What kind of feelings would I be entertaining? What kind of thoughts would I be entertaining? What kind of feelings would be my dominant state that I'm in? And listen, you don't have to be doing it 100% right all the time. Even if you make a couple of slip ups, even if sometimes you see it as three-dimensional world and you react to it, it's still all good. Okay, don't beat yourself up. This is one of the worst things, like, people just can happen. Like, we get caught in this loop. You react to something in the 3D and then you react to that reaction. You're like, oh no, like, I messed up my manifestation now. Don't worry about it, okay? Like, if you understand your identity as the creator of your own reality, then you just go beyond reacting to these things. And you just understand that you have a lot of control over what you manifest, okay? And believe with that belief. And when you get there, when you get to that point of feeling like you're one with the creator, nothing bad can happen. There's only the truth, there is light only, right? So to say. And just doesn't bother you anymore. Like, things in the three-dimensional world, like death and impermanence, it doesn't bother you anymore because you are beyond it, simply. Okay, and you just look at this life as something where you can have fun. In fact, that's one of the most important ingredients in manifesting: fun. If you're desperate about something, you're very unlikely to get it. So have fun and monitor your emotional state and the thoughts that are leading up to them. And ask yourself, if the things that you wanted were true, how would you be feeling? Right? See you in the next one.